Let me introduce you to today's art inspiration, the elephants. Can you see the two elephants? They're standing on a flat land with a few hills far off in the distance. The huge sky changes from yellow to orange to red. But there's something odd. The elephants have these big obelisks or stone pillars floating on their backs. And something else seems really strange. Those legs. Look at this elephant. Elephants are the biggest living land animal on Earth. They have sturdy, strong, thick legs. But these elephants have super skinny, spindly legs. They almost look like they belong to a flamingo instead of an elephant. Who would do this and why? Meet Salvador Dali. Dali was from Spain, and he created this artwork almost 80 years ago. He often had an interesting mustache and liked to pose for pictures with unique expressions on his face. He once said, "I am not strange. I am just not normal." Perhaps that's why he joined a movement called surrealism. Surrealism was an art movement started about 100 years ago. They created art that was inspired by dreams and imagination. Dali painted this dreamlike scene with melting clocks set on the shore of a desolate beach. This is one of the most famous examples of surrealism. Dali would like to twist ideas about what is normal. He often combined things you don't expect to see together, like this lobster phone. Or elephants with super long, skinny legs. He painted a lot of elephants, often having them carry things on their backs, making them look even heavier and even more magical that those legs could support them. This Dali piece has elephants too, without the long legs, but they are an illusion. Can you spot them? Look at the reflections of the swans in the water. But the long-legged elephants were more common. He even made statues that are on display around the world. Today, we invite you to create something inspired by Dali's elephants. I will go through the steps on how to draw a single Dali elephant and decorate it, but feel free to vary it as you wish. Some sample variations are doing a different animal, but with long legs. Putting something different on the elephant's back or setting him in a different scenery. Making the elephant, but without long legs. That's okay too. Or if you want a challenge, you can try to do 2 elephants or more. Now let's gather supplies. You're going to need paper, a pencil and eraser, something to color with. And if you have a favorite black marker or crayon or pencil to do the outline, grab that too. Now for some tips. Pause the video as you need to, or rewind. You can start with a pencil to do the drawing and then go over the lines in black that you want to keep. That way you can erase or adjust it if you want. It is okay to use your own style or do your own project twist. The lesson will have steps to draw the elephant one way with some variations on the side. Follow along and adjust anywhere you want. And the last tip, if you don't have something gray to color in the elephant, just make it a different color or try shading it in with a pencil. How to draw a Dali elephant. First, let's decide where you want to put your elephant. I'm going to put my paper portrait or towel and have him fill the page. Start by putting a dot for the eye. I'm going to put mine about here. That way he has space for his head and trunk, for carrying something on his back, his body, and his tall legs. Next, draw the top part of his head. Give him a big forehead and draw a little line. Then, curve down for the front of his head. Stop a little below the eye. Now add tusks. Let's add the one closest to us. You can start somewhere inside his head here and come out and back to make a pointed tusk. Then add a little one peeking out from the back. Now for the famous trunk. Start under the tusk and make your curve for the trunk however you wish. He'll have the tip of his trunk, and then follow the trunk back to the head. Aim to end somewhere under his eye or close to the bottom of his tusk. The ear is next. Dali's elephants have big floppy ears. Start a little above the head and to the side of the eye, maybe there. And draw a line down to just below the head. It can be straight or slightly curvy. Then draw the other side of the ear with a big curve. It can be a plain curve or a wiggly curve. You can finish the head if you need to by connecting any missing spots. See how my trunk doesn't hit the ear? I'm going to give him the lower side of his head and then connect the top of the head to the ear too. Now for the body. If you look at the top of your head, skip over the ear. From there you can start his back. You can have it go straight and curve up a little if you want to make him a little curvy. Then curve down towards the ground for his backside. I would stop about as low as the bottom of his ear. Let's add the tail. Next, it could be a simple line down. Or you can make it a thicker tail. And elephants have hair at the end of their tail, so you can put a little tassel if you want. Now the leg guides. We're going to draw the start of the legs closest to us. I'm going to use slashes for the tops. So here I'm going to do a slash, and a slash, and a slash, and a slash. Then add a tummy between the two legs. Here's a curved tummy. Now for those awesome legs. Follow me or use a variation on the screen to do your own style. I'm going to first find a goal. I want my first leg to end up somewhere around here. I want the foot to end, and I'm going to decide where I want to put a joint. Maybe somewhere halfway down. So I'm going to aim and make a little joint with a curve and aim down to my goal. Now for the second side of the leg, aim as if you're going to make a triangle. You want it to get skinnier and skinnier as it goes down. Skinnier and skinnier again till you make it to the bottom. Now to do the same thing with your back leg. If it doesn't hit your goal, that's okay. It's just a guide. It's skinnier and skinnier. Now for the legs on the other side of the elephant farthest from us. For the feet, you can leave them as points, or you can do your own special foot. Dali sometimes did something like a claw. Next, decorate and add any details you want. The first thing I do is add a horizon line. I draw a straight line and skip over the leg all the way across my page so it doesn't look like he's floating in space. If you want to add clothes on your elephant and have space, you can add a cap. You can add a rug or a blanket on his back and decorate it however you wish. You could add something he's carrying, like the obelisk or pillar. You can make it look like it's floating, or just put it directly on his back. You can add a little person so you can get an idea of how big he is. You could add hills in the background. You can add any extra details that you might want. You could add some lines to make him look a little more wrinkled. You can change his eye, maybe make it look like a little lemon. You can add shadows on the ground, lightly with a pencil or a different color. Now have fun decorating, and remember, each elephant is unique. Be creative and have fun.